The second thing that I wanted to talk to you about is reaching out by email or phone. But it doesn't matter if you just met them at the networking event or there's somebody that you need to reach out to, maybe prompted through social media, or could even be somebody that you know, and you need to reach out to them to offer value. I'm specifically talking about sales scripting. I'm talking about introducing yourself as the expert and saying, I have something that I want you to try. I want you to participate in. I want you to purchase. Now, there's one thing that I want to tell you, something that really bothers me. When you reach out to someone, I don't want you to talk about the benefit to you. It's really important that you don't say, this is the end of the month, and if you buy before the end of the month, I'll be able to make some kind of goal. Really try to stay away from that. It might be that there is something that they will get if they sign up by the end of the month, and that's okay. But please, no pressure, because you got to imagine, like I'll never forget, I was talking to someone, and they said, I loved your follow through. And I love that you offered some free videos, because I get contacted by at least one business coach a day. And I thought, wow, isn't that interesting? I have no idea that this is happening. And if I'm pressuring them, perhaps there's another person who's more patient and more articulate and focused and intentional, and they're going to get that sale. So let's go down the basic rules. I have my little cheat sheet here that I'm sharing with you. This is truly a classroom. The first thing that I want to tell you is that follow-up is all about timeliness. So don't wait a month to follow up with someone. Don't even wait 2 days. If you met someone yesterday, try to follow up that night or first thing in the morning. And you want to say, I really enjoyed talking to you. There were a couple things that I thought of after I talked to you that I wanted to connect with you about. You might just go right into the email, or you may say, hey, do you have a second to talk about it? So the timing is really important, because it may seem like there was a total connection right then and there, but if you don't take advantage of it, the connection fades. There's just so much information coming at us all the time. It's really hard to hang on to a feeling that you have in an interaction with someone. So that's really, really important. The second thing is how you ask someone for time. So I don't believe that you need to tell the person everything. Like, I didn't think that you needed to do that in a networking event or an in-person kind of situation. But I really think it's important to be able to say, hey, do you have a second? I really want to talk to you. And it's about an invitation or an idea, or whether this is a good fit for you. You came to mind, and you can say, do you have a second, or can you create some time? Don't say, I'm so sorry to bother you. You're a salesperson. You're representing something for yourself. And so you have to be bold about it, or they're going to pick up on the guilt. Okay? The third thing is that I want you to be honest, which I kind of alluded to, but you don't have to worry about whether, like, being honest doesn't mean you say what the product is and the cost. You just say, hey, I wanted to talk to you about some opportunities of working with me. There's a couple different options, and I wanted to just go through them with you, either whether it's right now or for a later date. When I say that, you know what, there's no pressure, but it can't hurt to talk to the person. Even if that person isn't going to buy from me, I would prefer that they know what I'm about so that they can talk to someone else. Maybe there's someone else that could be perfect for me. And I don't think in the email or the first conversation that you go for the sale, you say, hey, I'm Liz Need, and do you have a second to chat? Or is now a good time to talk? Or maybe I can make some time later. And I wanted to talk to you about this program, this book, this workshop, this opportunity. And I thought you'd be interested. Based on what we talked about, I thought you'd be really interested. Or based on what I know about you, I thought you might like this. Or I saw this thing in your feed, and so I hope you don't mind, but I had to follow up because I have this thing. Could I drop off some free samples? Could I send you this link? Do you have, maybe 10 minutes? Make sure that they know how much time that is needed. So that's sort of the first step of that initial follow-up. Now, follow-up is also about when you have to follow up with someone and really give them the nitty-gritty. And in that process of giving them the nitty-gritty, here's my suggestion. Come prepared with the offer. Make sure that it's documented so you can show them and say, I just wanted to show you the structure of this, or these are the options that made me think of you, and keep the pricing out of it until you fully understand what they need. And you write notes down. You say, okay, so if I'm understanding this right, you have 4 kids and, speed is really important. So here's what I would say. If you're in the market for this, it ranges from 1,000 to 4,000. And my recommendation, based on what you told me, would be that middle of the road product. That's $2,000. It's as simple as that. You're consulting. You're saying, here, I need to hear what it is that you're telling me, and then I'm going to give you an offer. And yes, of course, there's a price tag. It would be best if you make them ask, because at that point they understand and they're looking to close out that conversation. So I really feel like if you just go through this process and you create some value and you continue to build that relationship. If someone says no, you say, absolutely no problem. Can I have your permission to follow up with you later? Is there ever going to be a good time? I mean, what's your feel about this? And let them tell you. And then you need to follow up. So if someone tells me that they want me to follow up in 6 months, I actually do it. I have a tickler file. I make sure that reminder pops up, because keeping your word is the essential part of sales scripting. I mean, really, doing what you say you're going to do. That's very, very important. And leaving the guilt out of it. So there's the follow-up for you. Now you need to go ahead, take a look at the template, fill in your information, and then I want you to create the video. I created a video. I want you to have a video too. So again, good luck. I know you can do this. Remember, follow-up is everything. Following up in a timely way, offering value, being able to ask for the time, knowing how to present your information, being really clear about it, and continuing to stay in the lane of the value that you can offer them. One more thing I wanted to tell you is that I know that, it's my dream to be able to offer these things on a bigger scale. And every time I talk to someone and I'm successful, I know my brain's registering all those little nuances that work. And so when I'm ready to offer a product in a bigger way, I really have the language and the understanding of how to present that value. So this has value far beyond that single conversation. So I hope that I've given you a lot to think about, and you're ready to make this your own. Just get to work, and I will be waiting for you in the group.